Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Galactic Civilizations 3, the gifted pragmatic playthrough. I've probably said that wrong 100 times already. We're choosing only pragmatic ideology choices against a gifted AI, and this is episode number 7. I'm your host, Colors Fade. We are on turn number 87, and last episode we finally sprung and used neutral because the Kryn were getting very mad with us and we were certain that war was imminent. I probably used it a couple turns early, but what we've done is we've bought ourselves a war-free zone until turn 131. So I think that's a really good thing. Take a turn. And what do we have here? Oh yeah, so Melody is, well, we got a bunch of stuff going on here. This little fleet of ships over here is going after the precursor anomalies. Melody needed some, I was concerned about influence growth from the Taurians, so we're just going to spend a starbase here and create a culture ring. And I'm going a little more starbase crazy than I ever have before because we spent the ideology point on efficient, which means our starbases no longer pay any maintenance. Pardon me for that noise, but I stifled a sneeze, and of course right after you stifle a sneeze then your nose starts to run. So yeah, we used efficient. Starbases no longer pay maintenance. So this is advantageous, I think. I already wanted to take this. I take this one constructive the first turn of every single game I play, the first time I spend ideology points, because I need the 3 free constructor vessels. I just think it's awesome. And then I always go with coordinated because it works so well with my custom races, because I always take vigilant, and with the two of them together we get minus 100% shipyard decay. And then because I was hanging on to a point for neutral and didn't want to spend points anymore after we took prepared to get the preparedness center, we kept earning points, so we just spent them out this line, and this has turned out to be kind of fun. The area of effect of our star bases by 2 has been great for making the economic star bases and capturing more planets with them. Our resource yields are +1. There's plenty of research to do this, but another +1 is great, so we haven't starved for resources at all. And now with no maintenance costs on the star bases, it's like the only thing holding you back is administrators, and we've been promoting citizens and doing pretty good. So that whole row in pragmatic works really well, I think. At least in my opinion, it worked pretty good. Oh yeah, here was the ones. I want to go up here and get all these. So population diversion is almost ready. Then we can get the last piece of approval tech that we need. Yep. So there comes that. Approval focus. Easy to please. These guys will attack that and earn us another point. What are we going to earn this time? +1 +1 raw production to all colonies. That's the second time we've got that in this game, and it's awesome. Oh my goodness, I love it. It's so great. Okay, autopilot to the nearest precursor anomaly is 14 away. Go for it. He wants a whole bunch of stuff for a little bit of money and shipyard efficiency. Dude, you are smoking crack, man. That ain't happening. That is not happening. Not happening. So +20 pragmatic and +25% to sensor power for all ships. We've already got this one once in the game. We're going to get it again. This guy is spitting out these little ships, so we're just going to rally point him to his shipyard. And here we go. We could spend the points on easy to please and then be done. Fleet logistics is going to take 18 turns, so on the off chance that any of these provide us with a 15% bonus like that one did, then we move them in that direction. And then we'll go back to easy to please. I love it when we can finally get that last piece of morale tech out there. What is this? This is an escort. Oh yeah. And we sent these guys off here. Okay, he's got to go out in this direction. These are transports, and where the hell are they headed? See, they would have been coming for us. Kryn Syndicate Fleet. 2 transports with 6 legions carried. They would have been coming for us. They would have been coming for us. Look at where he's at. He's furious. Oh, and we can't even speak to him now. He's that mad at us. That's amazing. The Slyn and the Terran Alliance are going to have a war. We're going to play the flip-flop game. 213 is nothing to sneeze at. Experience points, and then the next one I saw was really far away. It's way over here. So we only got 1 15% boost out of that, but that's better than nothing. Astarte Shipyard. Okay, what's the junkyard dog? It's an escort. I must have had a reason for creating that at some point in time. I don't know what it was. He's going to create a legit fleet now. He's going to eject all these guys and put them as basically protectors on the homeworld, and he's going to create exploration treaty is what she wants to give me, and she wants to take a whole bunch of things from me. You know what? That's just not going to happen. Now, what I would give you is nope, nothing. Nope, nothing. These guys are going to go over here and clean house right on that. +5 antimatter. Those are the ones that I hate the most. I hate getting resources because I like the bonuses. The resources are dumb, but you gotta take the bad with the good. Experience points for every ship in the fleet, and treasury and more experience points for every ship in the fleet, but that doesn't really mean anything. So, and this guy was there. I hate seeing their transports go across the sky, but I don't mind it when it's not me. Where was our planet? Alright, yeah, so here's Titan, who's now getting pushed back a bit, and there we go, we've saved Kulia, so that's nice, and we still need to get those resources there. I'm gonna have to promote another citizen. There's gonna be a mining ring there. This is a get, and then I need to do it's my eco starbase right there. New citizen. Alright, we know that war is coming, but we still, this is our 2nd out of 5 citizens we're going to get while we're still protected from war. So I always like to grab an engineer too. I'm going to grab an engineer, and I'm going to put him on my homeworld. And then these guys are going to scoop him up, and then they're going to autopilot to the nearest precursor anomaly that we have labeled, which is going to be 22. Texting Texting and recording YouTube at the same time is kind of like texting and driving. So, sorry folks for the little delay there. I'm being a bad YouTube host and I'm texting, but when you have children, you will learn that they always come first. So, when your daughter texts you, you answer. This planet's interesting. Dinkins, this is a wealth planet. I want to put some kind of wealth hub over here, and we got some wealth stuff going on over here, and then there's the protocol. I think this is a good planet to put the import-export center on and synergize nicely with that. So let's do that. I got a deep core mine, got some habitat improvement. I need the big wealth things like this. Go there. The city's going to go on the other side of this, and we're going to put it like the wealth capital right there. Alpha Centauri says it created a fleet, so I'm going to eject that fleet and see what it is. Yep, 30 of 32. I'm really not big into putting fleets all over the place to protect my planets. I've never been a big player like that, but I think the way this game is playing out with Pragmatic and the way we've positioned on the map, and knowing that the Critter wanted to declare war on us on like turn 131, as soon as we're done, they're going to want to do that. I think it's probably a solid plan. So what we're going to do is start positioning all these fleets up on our border planets. Every time we get a fleet ready, we'll put one there and there and there, and we'll get all these fleets set up and ready to point towards the Kryn when the Kryn decide to declare war on us. And we still haven't ran into the Drengens, which is awesome and makes me happy. We're up to 3,200 in credits, so, and you can see our morale just skyrocketed with Easy to Please, which is great. So that's the last big one we need there. Xenocommerce here gives you access to a government that we don't need. I'm going to look at the governments here. Interstellar plutocracy. Tourism income. I don't like the diplomacy ding on that, though. The technocracy is nice because of the research boost. You can send missions. The galactic market is enabled. Holds elections is 24, which isn't an upgrade over ours at all, but the Galactic Empire is great if you're at war. If you're not, the technocracy is pretty good. Now, we have to check something before even targeting that. Technocracy. Interstellar democracy tech required. You know, I swear this used to require pragmatic ideology before you could have a technocracy, but it says all you need is the tech now. I kind of want to go for this, especially for the research bonus. So we're going to consider that. It's 11 turns away, so I'm not concerned about getting that right now. What I am concerned about is there are warfare things we need so that we can get some ships ready. So I need all the miniaturization tech, so let's start doing that. This planet... Oh, wait a minute. Before we do miniaturization tech, this is what I need, is this. We got to get all the way up to here to advanced construction to get the fusion power plant. We're in dire straits now. We need that right now. I'm going to delete that and move it. It needs to be moved right there. And then I probably need a factory right there. I'm going to put a fusion power plant right here in the center, and I'm going to surround it. And on these three sides here, there are going to be all of the shipbuilding things that are not the starport. And you'll see what those are in a little bit as the technology comes up. Xeno-industrialization. Alright, engineering. Large-scale construction takes 24 turns, and fleet logistics takes 14. The logistics are more important right now. And we got the bonus, which is great. So we'll go back to this Xeno-industrialization, and then we'll see this guy. He can go all the way down here. I'm surprised that the enemy hasn't come in here and tried to take some of these planets yet with atmospheric cleansing. Let's look. Oh, I know people like to see the map, so I gotta put that back up. Where are we? Balance of power, we're number 1. We're number 3 in production rank, number 2 in research, and number 2 in military at turn 92. And we annexed the planet Cynaceus, Cyanicus, or however you want to pronounce that, from the Onyx Hive. Which planet is that? This planet. It was, over here, so they finally came and did try to get that. This is awesome. It's ours now. Sweet. So they were creating this market center right there, which was foolish. This would be a great spot for a production wheel. So let's just start with deep core mine. And then a space elevator. This is great. This is really fabulous. I love that so much. I love it when it just culture flips. He wants a bunch of money, and so he's thinking, how do I get money for war? Snuggler colony, no. But I'll tell you what I will do. I really want your armor systems and the armor specialization. So I'll give you diplomacy, galactic governance. You'll give me those 2 things. Okay, you'll also give me xenoeconomics, atmospheric cleansing? No. How about extreme colonization? Yep. And then give me a bunch of your thulium, because this comes in really useful later. So while we're here, free trade agreement, he's at -10, so he would have declared war right about now. I'm just looking to see if these guys have anything that I want that I don't already have. Ooh, harpoons. Yes. Diplomacy, interstellar governance, galactic governance, Xeno entertainment. Will you give me harpoons? No. I can still offer you all my credits and you won't give me harpoons. Okay, hold on. What else will you give me? Missile augmentation, advanced missile guidance, Xeno industrialization, which we're trying to finish. Xeno archaeology, I'll take that. Xeno industrialization, okay. Okay. Hypersilicates? Nope. I'm happy with that. I will take all of that and a bunch of money. That works for me. Free trade agreement with her. She's still at 0. Stay on the bench undecided, honey. You're at 6 colonies. I think you're going to be squashed in no time. And you're at 5, so you guys don't have anything I want either. He's got 16 colonies. Wow. Wow. They're doing really good. Oh, nothing there that I want. Nothing there that he's got 11 colonies. Gotta worry about them. They're down to 6 colonies, and they have stellar marines, fortification, stellar folding. Let's see what we can get from it. Diplomacy, interstellar governments, galactic governments, Xeno entertainment. Can we get stellar folding? Almost. If we buy a little bit of it. Okay. It's worth it to me to get that, because then we're going to have really fast engines. He's not... Wow, he's bumming for money. We'll just give you the open borders and call it good, dude. Research, worker specialization. Always go for the engineers so you can spit out ships faster. Because at some point in time, your planets get done building things, but you always need to be building ships. Always. Fleet logistics, please. Kick over. Kick over. Hope we don't have a burnout. There we go. What are you doing? I'm trying to get out of here. You pull both of these. Put them back together. Oh yeah, there's a bunch over here. Great. Just come down this way, dude. Dinkins. A precursor. This is going to make a great wealth capital. If we can get to the wealth capital. Let's see. Dinkins, and we now have the financial capital, but what do we need for it? We need Aurora's Arboretum. The market is enabled, and we can buy one for $8.50. It's very, very rare, which is great, but that means we can put that right there, which is awesome. And then we can go down here and we can say, oh, let's put some soil engineering around it. Let's do some habitat improvement around it. And I think this is probably the plant, and some terraforming plant around it. And this is probably the planet we want to do Kimbles on as well. And it needs a Monsantium deposit. So you go back to the market, Monsantium for 633. And you go on here and you say, approval wise, they can take up to 7.3. So we want to put Kimberly's Refuge right there. So we're going to go put Kimberly's Refuge, bump that up. So we're going to build Kimberly's, and then the financial capital, and then a market center. And this is going to be a great wealth churning planet for us. That's going to be awesome. Let's see what we're doing here. Oh, tech capital is ready to go up too, so we got to do that. Xenofactory? The Xenofactory can go right there. Or factory, I mean. Keep these guys busy. So, idle colony. This is why we need a fusion power plant. We're basically ready for it. This place needs a city. Its approval now is 7.7, so this is one of the places that can use a city. We're ready to start making cities, and we have enough food for almost 7 of them. So we have precursor nanites there, which aren't a big deal, but let's get a city down in the good spot. Let's go through here and roll through what we have for cities. Also, let's go adjust our civilization tax rate. We can go all the way up to 80% before we start to take a hit, which is awesome. Let's see this. Oh, and there's some food. And there's some food. And these guys' approval can't quite handle a city yet. The approval here can't quite handle a city yet. Approval here can't quite handle a city yet. What about here? 5.6. They can almost handle a city. So let's have them build some food, and by the time they get done building that food, I think it'll be safe for them to build a city right there. This is Balder, our research place, and they are ready for a city. And they got a spot right there for it. And they can build, and this is going to be the tech capital. So to put the tech capital up, you don't need it. You got armor spice, and we have it. So we're going to look at the adjacency bonuses there. That's beautiful. And we need these hypersilicates. So we need the tech capital last. Alright. Oh, we got a bunch of good stuff to build now. Makes me happy. More food. I want to get that deep core mine up. But I want to do some soil upgrading first if we can. Let's do that. Alright, you guys. What kind of bonus can you give us? Hopefully a big one. Plus 10 to the moves of all ships. Awesome. And a treasury, got 1122 in there. That's great. That is a really, really nice job. They have 4 left for moves, so we're going to try to get some more bump on our fleet logistics. Experience and money. I'm clicking on you, and then they can go all the way up here and get that next one. Look at this big block of land that we have created. It's very nice looking. I like the way that looks, and I like the fact that we're going to be the ones that choke the Taurians right here. not the other way around. Culture bases have been huge, and not having to pay the maintenance on them has been nice. I think it's time to look at the bazaar again for any other ship that could be of huge bonus to us. We're 5 turns away now from getting the fusion power plant, which we desperately need. This little planet down here, put the deep core mine over there. It's going to need to sponsor a shipyard at some point in time. I'm going to wait to do that though, because I'm going to hope that it's a shipyard. Yeah, it needs to be sponsoring a shipyard and not actually have a shipyard. Although, who would be a shipyard and where would we need it? What would be a good shipyard to have? Melody would be a good shipyard to have. It's close to Krynn space in a way, and it's also close to Torian space. I think Melody's going to need a shipyard, so this is what we're going to do. Melody is going to stop sponsoring whatever shipyard she's sponsoring. Which she's sponsoring that one. So we're going to take her off of there, and as free ones we're going to put Natalie on there instead. And then Melody is going to make a shipyard. Astoria shipyard needs to crank out more ships. And I probably need to take these 2 and protect the planet. It's not much protection, they're tiny ships, but these dudes are going to engage another anomaly. They're going to lose a little guy, but that's okay. +10 to the moves of all ships. Again, awesome. These guys are at war with somebody. What does diplomacy say? Who are they at war with? Nobody yet, but they've been sending transports and everything down in this direction. Like, they're going to attack somebody in this direction. I think I also, with buying ourselves 50 turns of safety, at least until turn 131, I think it's time to take our ship that we were using to explore with, the H-12 Super, and I think it's time to start exploring more with it. Let's just have you cut right on up through here, dude. Let's get a little better picture of what's going on in our world. This fleet needs to go over here. Oh, stop right there. Astoria needs to do some soil preparation. Can they? Oh, there we go. There's the center wheel right there. Fusion power plant gets ready. We're going to be able to use that. Interstellar alliances, and they want engineering specialization, efficient administrators, economic treaty. They want everything. It's not going to happen. We're back to trying to push out fleet logistics. Yay. I like that answer. 15% fleet logistics. Just keep pushing it. Really close. We gotta go back. Advanced construction. If you get it there before this wait finishes, you'll get the research. And that you switched to, which is what we want. Advanced construction. Tensions are relaxed. Now we're going to go flip back. Fleet logistics is only 8 turns away. Like that. Experience points don't care about. Let's see if this finishes a piece of research somewhere. Or I mean a building. No, it just gave us a whole bunch of money. 673. This is the super. Let's see you just kind of carve up here. Oh, there's the Terran resistance. we're getting really, really close to being able to put up the fusion power plant. We just have to research it, so I'm going to spend a little bit of time on those guys. Same with this thing. Starport. And then a preparedness center. These guys all earn a pragmatic point every 10 turns. So when we have basically one on every single planet, life is good. You earn some points pretty quick. Back to fleet logistics, 7 turns away. And it's still going to be 7 turns away. Oh yeah, there's a bunch down here. Here you go, buddy. Right down there. Same thing with you guys. You got some more of this going on. Alright, it's 7 turns away for fleet logistics. I'm going to try to have these guys grab some large scale construction. Just experience 4 points for them. Get back here, get back. Advanced construction says 3 turns remaining still. Come on, we got fusion power plants to build, man. Let's make it happen. Probably going to let this episode run a little long. You can all see I'm a little beyond 30 minutes here. There's a couple of just things I want to finish. We get plus 10 permanent, plus 10 invasion resistance because of a giant wave of patriotism. We're going to lose that ship. I want to get advanced construction done, and then, oh, plus 1 morale to all my colonies. Thank you. The nearest precursor is right there, 59 turns away. This is the super. Alright, come up here to this section of the galaxy. Alpha Centauri kicked out another fleet, so we're going to go put this on the perimeter. Alright, we're going to look and see if there are any other ships that are better. This is the Krull MM2. It has 4.2 offense and then 3.53 and 4 defense. If I favor that, what's that look like compared to the M1? It's better than the M1E. It has the same amount of moves and a lot better defensive capabilities and a lot better offense. So, unfavor that ship. Cancel those two. Make these guys instead. Balder, what are you doing? You're doing nothing. Okay. Then you can do the same thing. Start building the fleets of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ships. And Melody is done with its shipyards. We need to edit sponsors on it. Grab the only other free one. I love this. Look. No decay. No distance decay for any of these. Same thing with you guys. Take you a lot longer to do it, but start building those ships. So I'm going to get to turn 100, and then we're going to end the game there. We are number 1 in the balance of power by a long ways, it says. Our military rank is number 1 by a long ways. Our research is number 2, and our production is number 3. All of that makes me incredibly happy. As we wait for the end of the computer turn. And when we pull back and look at things schematically here, we just had a really good start. We were positioned really well. We annexed the planet Synesius 2 from the Iconian Reich. So the Iconians came down here and tried to grab this other one. And we were like, it's ours. This is a great world for construction. For a construction wheel. So just put a deep core mine on it and work on it later. Don't upgrade the colony capital. We got advanced construction, so that's great. We have the power plant now. We could start doing, I want to get over here to neurolinking with the innovation complex, but we also have too many warfare things that we need to start doing, so we're going to do those. She's going to give me an exploration treaty, and I don't care about that, and I'm certainly not giving her a bunch of antimatter. Government-wise, we can change our government, but we can't change to the one I really want. We don't have technocracy, so there's no sense in changing it. No sense in changing it, but what I do want to do now, sounds like an old 50s song. Here we go. Fusion power plant, and then there is the manufacturing capital, which is +5. So the +5 goes in the middle, and the fusion power plant goes there. And this ridiculous amount of production is just going to be awesome on this planet. That's what we're looking at there. That is just incredible production. So I want to get fusion power plants down, and that'll be the end of this episode. We're going to want to put one there, but that's a long ways away. We're going to want to put one here, but they have to have soil engineering first, so they got to get that central slot. This one's building a central slot for it. This one has a central slot for it, so we can say when you're done doing that, build it there. This one has a central slot for the fusion power plant. This one has a centrally located place, but it doesn't have the actual slot yet. We're going to put it right there. And this one's same thing, building the central slot for the wheel. This one has the wheel slot ready to go, so put the fusion power plant right there. Their approval is high enough for a city, so before you build that, build the city. And then over here, this place needs a whole bunch of terraforming before we can actually do a wheel of any kind. This is a great spot where we're going to build the wheel here. So put the fusion power plant here. I actually think we could put the fusion power plant here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this guy. Deep core mine. Space elevator. Fusion power plant. And then we're going to have room down here for all kinds of ship-related shipbuilding stuff. And this needs a little piece of science. What else does it have? The Galactic mainframe is 1 per player, and it doesn't have any good bonuses next to it. But you need a hypersilicates to do it. So if we go to the market and look at hypersilicates, we can buy one. This is going to have a research center. We're going to find that Galactic mainframe again. Tech. This is going to have tech. This is money, which is going to be great. This could use a fusion power plant right there, and it wouldn't hurt it. This could use a city. Let's see. Approval here is ready for a city. So we're going to do that. This is going to be the center of a fusion power plant right there. You got to remember these each one takes up 5 antimatter, so I'm not going to put that one down yet. This one's going to use one right there. Yeah, and here's the big one. Big fusion power plant right there. And then here's the one. I wanted to put the Galactic mainframe right there, because at a level +3 it adds 1.5 to research. And since it doesn't have any good adjacency bonuses, that works. So this guy is just going to cautiously go around the globe here. This is the end of the turn. I'm going to do logistics and try to finish it off. Okay. Still no good. Still no good. And still no good. Didn't get a 15% on any of those. So here we are, turn 100, 40 minutes into this video, 10 minutes longer than normal. You get a little bonus content, a little overtime. I see a precursor anomaly that needs to be labeled. But that's where we're at turn 100 at the end of episode 7. We have this kind of a map going on for us. You can see where we are on the whole overall map. And on the balance of power, we're number 1 at 321 on production rank and military research and military. So we're going to save this YouTube Pragmatic Gifted. And I will see you all next time on Let's Play. As always, if you like the content, subscribe to the channel. If you leave a question, I will do my best to answer it. And I hope you enjoy this series. I will see you next time on Let's Play.